You know, they tell me pink's my color. My sister had breast cancer, and she's good. She's in remission, and so I was a little afraid to wear the pink today, but it really worked out good for us. I thought our defense played outstanding. You know, first time we got the ball, they kind of went down the field on us a little bit. We only gave them 3 points. I thought they were outstanding all night. Monroe had one of his best games I think ever here. 2 fumble recoveries, 6 tackles. Doss had a great interception. You won't see it. You just got to look at it on tape for justice, just to get that some justice. You know, LaFrance played probably one of his better games. 2 sacks. I thought they played well. Nick Montana really managed this football game the way we wanted it to be managed. It was just one of those times that was just great game. Yeah, you know, we just wanted to win the game. You just never know. You got a couple guys that's a little bit nicked up. A couple of guys were down. So, you know, what we did was we called it close to the best, and I love the way Nick played today. He played very well. LeCedric and Sherman ran the ball well, and, you know, we had some timely third downs. We didn't get all of them, but we did some stuff in the throwing game that was good. But that's how you got to win these games. You see your defense is hot, you just put it on their backs. I thought Nick did a good job. You know, I thought he managed the game. It was just a great job. You know, getting us in and out of plays. He managed it really, really well. I thought Speedy and Jason did an outstanding job this past week, you know, with those guys in the linebacker, and John with those linebackers too. You know, just getting the right calls, communicating. And I thought we did. We had a few less calls in the game, and, you know, Speedy did one thing, you know, all those guys did. Once we got going, you know, he began to stick to stuff. He just dressed some stuff up a little bit different, but it was a lot of the same calls. Just amazing. It was like we won the World Series or the Super Bowl. You know, all the kids. You know, one thing I like about our kids, they really behind him. They were jumping up and down. It was one of the best moments that you see. And then, you know, Doss was struggling, and he got the great pick. You see how wonderful those kids, you know, respond to Doss. But I was very, very proud of Duraco. You know, we opened the competition this week, and here he goes again. He beats the guy out. You know, he made almost the majority of his kicks. And then, you know, when it was time to be called upon, it was a great job kicking it and making the field goal. You know, it goes back to coaching. Aaron coaches those guys, and he coached Nick, and he coaches Duraco also. And, you know, one thing he tell them, you just never know. And those guys never quit. They just good people. You know, a lot of kids will go and they'll pack it in, and Nick never said one thing negative. He was always a positive influence, and, you know, he got his shot, and I thought he played remarkable. Duraco, you know, the heat was on him probably more than anybody. I've heated him up. His teammates heated him up. He's getting texts from people, and all of a sudden, you know, in a moment like this, he makes one of the outstanding kicks of the year. First conference win, another win at home. You know, and that's one thing we got to do. You know, we got to start taking care of our home, and I think, you know, this is a good place. You know, I thought there wasn't going to be anybody here because, you know, the fall break, and it was a real good crowd. It was a loud crowd. It really helped us out a lot. Yeah, you know what I would say, if you ask me who's the most vocal leader, Monroe's probably one, Marley's probably, those are the guys. Sam will say some stuff. But Monroe is one of those players that, you know, very, very capable of doing those things. And I think he's getting more and more comfortable in a leadership role. You know, he's leading us. You know, he's thinking beyond thinking. You look at, you know, the strip fumble was just fantastic. He just did a great job doing it. And he's one of the guys that's being coached, and he's doing what he's coached to do. He's one of our most, you know, maybe our most valuable player.
Oh, yeah, it was all there. The coaches got the calls in fast, and me and Sam just communicated it to the defense and got it done real quick. It's very difficult because a team like that, you know, they can bust one at any time. You know, they have a very good run game, and they're a consistent team. They're not going to get out of their game plan. They're going to do what they do best. It was very important. You know, after coming off this bye week, we had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, so we was expecting to be, you know, running on all cylinders this game, and it showed on the field. That was very important because when a team has 50 yards to go rather than 80 yards to go, the percentages that they score is very high. You know, for our defense to stop them in the way that we did, you know, that shows a lot of, you know, the determination that we have on defense. That's the type of defense we are. You know, we're small, so we got to run around. We got to use our speed against teams like that, you know, because they're going to come out and try to overpower us with big receivers and big O-linemen. So we got to use our speed, and that's the things that we do best, that we did a lot last year, and that's what we're trying to implement this year on the team. That's how we want it to be every game. You know, that's the type of defense we want to be, and that's the type of defense we're trying to get back to being. Nick played a great game today. He kept it safe, and he didn't turn the ball over. That's the type of things we need with our offense, and that's what they did. They ran the ball well, and we just got to get off the field on third down. That's what we harp on this week, getting off the field on third down. And I felt like we did a good job today.
Every game we preach on starting fast. So to come out and score was a big momentum swing for us. We didn't want to get behind in this game. We wanted momentum on our side by us being, taking the home field advantage. So it was very important. We knew Nick was going to be the starter, so we tried to take the pressure off him because quarterbacks have the most pressure on the team. So by any chance we can do, we'll do that. So coming into this game, we said, Nick, look, don't worry about it. Just do your job, and we'll do the rest, man. He was like, don't feel over pressure. Don't try to be a hero. Just, take what they give you. It was very important. We knew they were a base under defense, so they were given a short check down route. So, like we overemphasize in practice, give it to the backs. Take what they give you. We don't need the long balls and stuff like that. Just take it bit by bit, and it worked out in our favor today. It was great, blocking for LT, just our backfield is terrific. So whenever I see those guys, do good, it gives me joy. So, by taking the slack off them, whatever is possible, I'll do that. Ask Sherman that. So some of the play, like you're asking, ask myself, like, how did he get out of that? I mean, he's an amazing back, just like the rest of our backs in the backfield. But the things he do specifically with his speed, it's like no other. So, I mean, it's a God's gift for him. And I'm happy to be part of the team and watch him.
Close game like this, especially pinned back deep, a turnout like a blocked punt can really, be devastating, and it might, change the outcome of the game. And Coach Rollins really harps on, there's a stat I think 87% of the time if you get a kick blocked, then you're going to lose the game. So, it's really good that we got some points out of that, punt that was pinned deep, and that's really on, the gunners, Richard Allen and Richard Carthon. So, I think people need to understand, how hard it is for Matt to, go out there on third down sometimes on a big play and then whip off his gloves and, snap one back there. And it's really a challenging thing. So special teams meetings have been tough, for everyone because, we definitely haven't been helping the team win. So, it's nice to, not cost the team anything big today. So, yeah, it's nice to, a little bit of sign of relief to just, do some positive things on special teams. And, hats off to Coach Rollins and everyone who's really had a big focus on special teams this week because it paid off. It's kind of something I got used to doing with Cairo last year where, the minute it came off his foot, I knew he made the kick. So, Duraco had his best week of kicking this week by, since he's been here. So I'm really happy for him that, his sole opportunity, he was able to go out there and really drill that in a critical time. That was a high-pressure kick, and, with all the things he's been going through and all the people that have been, talking about, our kicking performance, I'm really happy for him because, there's been a lot of pressure on him, and, he's a good guy, and, he's been really working hard. So I'm glad that the coaches stuck with him and that he was able to make it. It's good to hear. Kyle's one of my best friends in the world, and it's good to have him back here. But, for him to talk about some of the struggles that, our whole special teams have been going through. Kyle didn't start off his NFL career the way he would have wanted to. And, the way he handles criticism and the way he handles pressure, really shed a new light on the things that, Duraco, myself, everyone's been going through. The way he handles things, is really top-notch because in the NFL, it's not, if he misses a couple more kicks, he might be out of a job. So he just showed us how to, shake off, a bad kick or two bad kicks, and it's really all about your next one because that's what people remember is your last kick or punt.
It was very important, as a team we know, we need first downs in order to move the chains and just drive the ball downfield. And the O-line just executed off the line, and everything was just open. I felt like, the O-line did what they needed to do in order for me to be able to get first downs. Felt that, they were ready for us to, try to use our speed and, or do a big play right out the gate. But, we always play small. We run what they give us. That's all we do. It was very important, because we understood, it was a close game throughout the whole game. We knew it was going to be a fight to the end, and I mean, Nick, he did a great job in the huddle telling us, calm down, this is what's next, listen up everybody, and he did great ball protection, handing off the ball, throwing the ball to all us, and I mean, he did it very great tonight. Great, now that we got a win, I feel like what the coaches said, the bye week, we were able to get our swagger back, I feel like we were able to come back off the bye week, we were relaxed, we were fresh, we went over plays, film, I feel like now this is our momentum to continue winning.
It was a step in the right direction. last thing Coach Drake told me before we went on the field, balls on the one, go get it. That's what we did. Really excited for the defense. One of Coach Lionel's big points was he wanted to keep him on his toes. And being it's an away game for a quarterback, he wants to keep him guessing. You don't know where it's coming from. Everybody play a sound defense.
It started with film. I mean, we have great coaching staff. They have a great game plan, and we kind of knew what they wanted. And I mean, I was protecting myself early in the game. And I felt when he broke, I broke on it, and I just wound up making a catch. I mean, just to help the team out. I mean, intercepts is big. No matter if it's from me, if it's from my other my other defensive backs. I mean, it's just a momentum change, and hopefully it'll start something off. Really, it's just a matter of the plays, man. I mean, it start off with we have a great D line. I mean, they put pressure on the quarterback, and great linebackers and a great secondary. I mean, so we just made plays today.